What's up? We are officially starting prep. We are 12 weeks out. Kind of crazy. And maybe you can already see we changed a couple things around. So let's take you for a spin. Check it. We got the bike, we got some weights, we got the lat pull down, and we got the leg extension leg curl machine along with just the cubbies. So that way people can drop off their stuff, hang up their jacket. Then we're gonna kind of work our way through, and you guys probably remember we had our couches and stuff here, but now we got a pretty solid strongman session. So stones probably won't be touched for a while, but we'll be able to kind of do our logs right in front. Then nothing really changed. I added the kettlebells over here. If you're doing carries, you got a nice runway for it. If you're doing deadlifts, you're right by the platform. So it all kind of goes in hand. Let's take you for a spin. We swapped out the freestanding. I just wanted something a little more secure for that. So you don't have to worry about like getting one hook in and the other not, or taking them down or something like that. The freestanding one just isn't as sturdy. And then we got our dumbbell stuff back here in the corner. Put you down. I felt like just having the dumbbells in the front, I wasn't able to supervise if someone was doing something new or getting something correctly. So now we got all that back here, and it's easier instead of rolling these benches across to do an incline press or something. They're right here, just roll it right there. That way, less traffic. Then, kind of like the couch was an afterthought, so we got that. And then finally, you guys already saw me shuffling around the tires and the pad, but now we got all this space here. So instead of having everything kind of congested here, people being in the way of the sled or whatever carry, now do all your stuff here, your warm-up stuff, your floor work, any of that, and then all of your programs are lining up against this wall. Basically just trying to separate the areas out. First hurdle we're gonna run into, fantastic starting today, it's deadlifts. What I'm gonna try to do is start throwing in some snatch grip deadlifts onto other days to kind of help work on my upper back strength. It's kind of just like an awkward, compromised position, grabbing so wide on the bar, which can really help with just your torso position. I'm not feeling super awesome today. After that last heavy deadlift session, my back was a little sore, and then kind of just doing, heavy squats and rearranging the whole gym. It was just not feeling awesome. That felt a little heavier than it should have. And that second one was just like, yep, I am not gonna be able to handle more weight comfortably, and I don't want to push it. So we're gonna swap our two. As you can see, it's a tough position not only just to be in and lift from, but just to strap up. Oh my God. It's a new block. We're gonna be doing the same thing for the next 4 weeks, or about, alternating with variations for the deadlift. And you'll see some things are different. I'm planning to try to do more and more every week, and just not only lifting wise, but mobility wise, cardio wise, all that kind of good stuff. And if you're curious, I'm lining just outside of that ring on the bar. That way I know I'm balanced. It's a good reference. Last set of 5. I don't know if that was 4 or 5. One more. Oh. Okay. Done with that. All right, so what are the events for this competition? 5 events. We got an overhead medley, which is gonna be 1 rep on the axle, 1 on the log, and then as many reps as you can on the circus dumbbell for the remaining time, 60 seconds. Then we got the max deadlift, 3 attempts. If you miss any of them, you're out. And then we're moving on to yoke carry, 50 feet down, 50 feet back, fastest time. Then we got a tire flip, 50 feet of flipping. So my assumption is that's probably gonna be around 8 reps or 8 flips to get from one end to the other. And then we got a sandbag carry and load. So that's gonna be 3 sandbags, lightest to heaviest, pick it up, carry it 20 feet, load it over a bar, back to the middle one, and on to the third one, the heaviest. We are done with session 1. Not bad, not bad. I think it's gonna just take some getting used to in terms of just like how the program's gonna lay out, when I'm gonna be training stuff, what else I'm gonna do. In terms of like my approach to this all, my goal is to have 4 sessions a week where I'm, have my deadlift focus day, my press day, my event day, and then kind of like that full body afterwards. That's not really the biggest concern, but it's gonna include like front squats and more like back accessory work. That's gonna be less sets, similar to what we've been doing for our 3rd session, but just to kind of keep it in rotation so I don't lose like the squat strength. It's just kind of maintaining it, less sets of that, and kind of basing it off of what's coming afterwards, how I feel, things like that. We are back to it, and we got some pressing today. Because we kind of reordered the program, we did snatch grip deadlifts yesterday, which is kind of like our lighter deadlift session. I'm feeling pretty refreshed, and so we can be a little bit more, what I've been trying to do is like have my log day, which requires a little more back to pick up off the floor and clean and press. And so that's gonna be on my lighter deadlift week, where my axle I find a little easier, less work on my back will be on my heavier session. So we got some log press today, we got some circus dumbbell, we're getting it all in, and then kind of just some accessory work after that, but we're gonna start with some warm-ups. gonna be tough. For anyone that's worried about circus dumbbell, every time I come back to it, like I said, this is 80 pounds. Typically for my weight class, 80 pounds is, you'll never see that. It'll always be at least 115, 120 pounds. It doesn't feel good right now. It doesn't feel good on my arm, it doesn't feel good on my shoulder. I feel winded, I feel a little awkward. So that's why we're just going for technique, we're going for higher reps, trying to create a rhythm. After a while, it's like my shoulder's tired, my back's tired, my hips, everything. All right, take a few minutes. One more set. Start with 40 today. It's 12 reps, so make sure everything feels all right, make sure everything feels controlled, really get that full range of motion. Probably a little too easy, but we're gonna stick with that. Pretty solid session. It felt pretty good getting back into picking up the log from the floor, the clean, the press. It felt good getting back into the dumbbell. It's not awesome, and I know that's just part of the journey, right? It's been a long time since I've done those specific parts of the movement or movements in general, and so there's an adjustment period, which this happens. You know, you just gotta be patient with it and it will progress and get better.